Hey, this is Jeremy and I'm in Narvik, Norway. Narvik is way above the Arctic Circle. This is my first time here ever. I just arrived yesterday. So right now I'm just going to walk around the town to see what it's like. I have no plan for this video. I'm just going to investigate the town myself. Okay, well that's not actually true. I do have one goal today, and that is to find a prepaid SIM card for my phone. The original name for Narvik in Old Norse was Narvik, which means the inlet for merchant ships. Narvik was really important in World War II because Britain and Germany, the Nazis, both wanted to control Norway because they wanted to control Narvik, really, because they wanted that train line. Germany needed the iron from Sweden, so they needed the open shipping lanes year-round. And Britain did not want the Nazis to have it. Britain had to pull all their troops out and leave it to the Norwegians, who were quickly defeated. And so Germany occupied Norway throughout World War II. And it all really started here. And right here, I think this is a memorial to those early days of the battles around Narvik. As you see here, the famous inspiring quote, "Så vill vi och alla i farens stund troligen stå hinanden biogofre liv och blod." April 9th, 1940. Gick Norge och Eidsvoll. If you look out over this little valley thing here, you can see the Narvik Church. I do hope to eventually get there today. I have a hat in my pocket, which I don't really need right now. My hair is keeping me warm. But I did not bring gloves on this trip, and my hands are freezing. Like 9 degrees Celsius is not that bad. But 9 degrees Celsius when it's like a cold Arctic polar 9 degrees, it sort of seeps into your bones. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Some of them I can tell what they sell, some of them I can't. A lot of them have that kind of very simple, tasteful, functional design ethic that is so beloved of Scandinavia. All right. I've been watching Narvik for a few weeks at home on their live webcam, which streams 24 hours a day on YouTube. And I've gotten to know this kind of stretch of road quite well, it seems. I feel like very at home here just because I know it so well from the webcam. A lot of people just walking their dogs and seemingly very content and friendly and stuff. Now look at that. I'm surprised that in northern Norway they have so many fresh vegetables and fruits. Oh wow, you can buy a house. There you go. 2.6 million kroners plus omk. Omk. I wonder what omk is. 2.6 million kroners is about $260,000. Look at this stuff. Wow. Norway gear. Look at this. Commemorating the war years, obviously, 1940 to 1945. I guess the mother and child symbolizes life being born despite the death and chaos of the war. The Hiroshima Memorial. I don't know why it's here. Aldri mer Hiroshima. Aldri mer Nagasaki. So it's obviously about the war, the bombs in Japan. Kono ishi wa Hiroshima no, I can't read that, something ground ga kimashita. I can't quite read it, but almost. I wonder if the general memory of Narvikians, Narvik people, is one of war. Seems to weigh heavy on their minds. That's the danger of not really knowing much. Japanese, just enough to get you in trouble. Oh man, oh man. In case you're wondering where we are. 2,400 kilometers from the North Pole. So where are we going on this trip? Let's see, this is, we're not going to these places. We were in Stockholm. We are going to Warszawa. We are going to Tromsø, 250 kilometers. We probably aren't going to Hammerfest. Boris Gleb, I wish we were going, so that's a cool name. Nordkapp we are going to. Kirkenes we are going to. So the reason I want to go see the church is not because I'm a church guy. It's because churches in Norway are kind of the, not the center of a town, but like every town has its own little church. And it's kind of like, because of that, they're kind of a focal point. So when we go to all the little towns on this trip, I want to go see the church in every one, just because they have like an interesting little style to them. Each is a little bit different, you know, but they often have interesting architecture or odd architecture, because a lot of them were, most churches, most buildings in northern Norway were destroyed at the end of the World War II by the Germans who were retreating. They had a scorched earth policy, which was, we're losing Norway, let's get out, but destroy every building that might conceivably come in handy to the Allies when you leave. Look at that view. Hello, are you a church? That's not a church road. Let's see. Well, maybe it is. Okay, we'll go up this road. This is what I love. A cold, bracing morning, walking up Skjolveien in the residential part, just seeing the local houses. Always the best part of a town, the residential areas. Being on the edge of fjords, Narvik is hilly, and all the surrounding terrain is very mountainous. There's a lot of hills in town. It's a good workout to burn off all that pizza. Oh, there it is, the church. Now this church has its own Wikipedia page, but the English version is not that extensive, not that informative. But it does say that it was built in 1905, and that's about the only fact I remember about this church. Should we walk straight to it on this path, or should we go down this leafy path that might not quite lead to it but looks more interesting? I, of course, choose the winding path. I think I read somewhere on the internet that churches, like religion in Norway, is not really that big a deal. They're sort of technically Christian, but people are mostly generally very secular and atheist minded, but still churches, even to the local people, are very important here, just because they're, as I said, like symbols of the community, and architecturally they can be proud of them. And this is, I got to say, genuinely magnificent. 1905. Look at this beast. And I bet you this door is from 1905, and I bet you all this is actually, it's not touristy stuff, that's actually old iron. I wonder if that's iron from, I wonder if it's iron at all. Maybe it's old brass. Narvik Kirkekor. Sing med oss. Sing with us. Oh man, don't you just want to go in that door? But it's locked. Or there is a giant keyhole. I don't think that's the front door. Do churches have a front door? That's what I'm looking for. and I will walk in the front door. Well, this is probably the entrance. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna try the door. Come with me on this breaking and entering and trespassing. Nothing doing. Wow, this is real. Christianity kind of took hold in sort of the late Viking age, as far as I know. Vikings were not Christian, obviously, but they kept going to England and Ireland and interacting with them, and I think there was like a king or something in Norway, or a feudal lord or something that got converted, and that ended up converting a bunch of people, and of course Christianity took hold and led to stuff like this. Like they really got into it with these churches. I believe this is a long church. The style is called long church, so it's kind of like those mead halls you hear about in like Norse mythology, where like one big thing with rows for people to sit, like one big building, and there's like something at the end, the choir's at the end or something. While I'm here, I would like to have prayed for Narvik to be open and to give me a SIM card. But the church is going to be closed, then who needs you? Well, that was awesome. This whole churchyard is awesome. And I see a memorial. There's a good hobby. Go up to the memorial, read the Norwegian inscription, and see if you can make some kind of guess about what it is. Well, 1940 to 1945, I have a good guess what it's about. Till minne om inbyggare av Narvik dödes som följe av krigshandlingar. That doesn't help me at all, but I know krigs is war. 1940 to 1945. And we have 4 columns, kind of evenly spaced like chess pieces, but they are broken here. I wonder what the four things that were broken are. They're broken, but the bases are still standing. Maybe that's the point. All right, I'm going back to the mall. If they're not open by 10 o'clock, so help me God, I'll have to go back later. At the restaurant last night, the pizza restaurant, I bought a beer from this guy, from this guy. Sorry, I'm excited, excuse me. I bought a beer it's actually from the waiter there, and it was called Nordland Pils. I think Pils is beer, so Nordland. And I asked the waiter, I tried to ask him, because he speaks English, everybody here speaks English. I asked him where it was from, and he thought I said, where's Nordland from? And he thought I was asking about Nordland. So what it is like America has states, Japan has prefectures, Switzerland has cantons, Norway has counties, and Nordland is the name of a county. So the people in Oslo down south, where all the population in Norway is, Nordland is like way up north, you know. Narvik is on the very top tip of Nordland, so it's way, way, way north. But this is actually, Narvik is the southernmost point of my road trip across Norway. So actually going up into the one big county that's all of northern Norway, from the sea, from the Atlantic Ocean all the way to Russia. It's called Troms og Finnmark, so that's where we're spending most of the time. But as far north as this is to most people in Norway, it's the southern part of my trip. Good morning. I've been wondering about these balconies. Saw a lot of these in Stockholm too. They're just flat. They just jut out of the building. Are they in fact safe? I guess they're safe. Some of them are made like out of wood or old concrete, but they seem to be sturdy, like they don't fall off. Oh, we're gonna pass by the Salvation Army too. I might go in there if they're open. Frelses Armen. Frelses is salvation. Alright, be open, man, be open. Monday from 11 o'clock. Monday, 11 to 3. Oh, that's it? Oh, what did they have? If I could have gone in, what could I have bought? Postcards, old dishes, old books. Oh well. I don't know about the local rules. Do people disregard the red lights in situations like this where there's clearly no cars coming, or do they wait? Not knowing the local customs, I tend to play it conservative until I figure it out. Then I play it liberal. Look at all these little paintings somebody did. Probably kids did these. Some local school was tasked with decorating this bridge. What is this? Norway, Eidsvoll. We saw Eidsvoll on that first monument back there. So Norway is Norway. I wonder what Eidsvoll is. Should have asked that guy what Eidsvoll is, but I got too shy. 2 women with a baby, or is that a guy? No, I don't know. Hey, there's the church. Or a church. All kinds of local. Oh, there's the sign we saw. Cool. Hey, the axe man, the wood man. So you got like a kind of a small building, got some cars and a bus, and then we got a big building with these like alien eyes. Boss. A school. What are they learning? It's the 26th of August, maybe 2002. So whoever drew that, let's say they were 5 years old, maybe 6, 7 years old when they did this. So now they're almost 30 in their mid-20s. Wonder if they ever come back here and look at that. And that was me when I got here yesterday. If you saw the video when I arrived here from the train journey from Sweden, that was me without the hair when I first arrived, and I was babbling to the camera and I was manic. I got good news. Good news for anybody hoping for Narvik being open. I'm gonna wait in line. That guy, that's the guy who was on the train. I know everybody in this town now. I'm sorry? Yes?
You shall be fast. Okay.
Probably not fast, okay. No. Hello, hello. Is English okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a tourist, and I would like to buy a prepaid SIM card.
Mm.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
I buy it online or I buy it here?
You can buy here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
People see my name, Larson, and they
Yeah.
think, oh, you're Norwegian. So they speak to me in Norwegian. I say, I'm sorry, I'm from America.
Maybe you have some back in your history.
Back, yes.
Yes.
Norway and Denmark.
Yes. Mm.
I've got it. I've got a SIM card. It apparently has 2 gigs of data and free calls in Norway, which is all I care about. I might get phone calls from the hotels. I feel like all the pizza I ate last night and the big breakfast I had this morning, I haven't fully worked through all that food yet. I haven't worked it out of my system. So I keep seeing these big hills that go up on the edge of town, behind my hotel actually. So I want to walk up one of the hills for the exercise and to see the view. See if I can get a view kind of out over the water and out over the town a little bit better. When you're in this area, wave at the webcam. I'm going to stop doing that because it makes me very self-conscious. Because people here on ground level going, what is that guy waving at? Is he an idiot? No. Okay, there are some roads that go up higher into the hills. Where are those roads? Ooh, that is a hill. Whew. Old house, old building, peeling white paint, no curtains in the windows. Pretty good, but there's one more. Is this public? I'm not sure. I say yes. Is the view behind me getting better? Is this worth it? Kind of looking for a view out over the water and the town. Look at this person's yard, little garden. Imagine living here. You're on this deck, looking out over the town like this. Some people in Narvik really know how to live. Torrehundsgata, Torrehunds Road. Isn't Huns dogs? I wonder what Torre is. Torrehunds Road. Not one Tesla, but two. Look at the colors, look at the electrical pole. Look at Narvik. Oh, there's some water. Big boats. Cool. The wire's in the way, let me go down further. Actually, I see a park bench. That's probably what I'm looking for. There she is, Narvik, formerly Narvik. And one thing to do while I'm sitting here, see exactly what I bought with this SIM card. Does it fit in an iPhone? I don't know anything about SIM cards. I know less than pretty much everybody. I put the SIM card in, I wait for a text from them, an SMS from them, and then I reply to this number with this code. I think that's what she said. Her English was quite excellent, but not perfect the way she described it. No, the problem is probably me. I think her English was actually fine. By the way, here at this park bench, someone has smoked. And they left apparently a pack of cigarettes here. But when they did, they dug a little hole for the butts. One didn't make it, but I mean, you gotta admire the effort. They littered, but they're not total animals. They did dig a hole for the butts. So the name of this video on YouTube is gonna be A Hole for the Butts. Clickbait. The one thing that park bench did not have was views of the water. But that's okay, because I see a little bit of head right up there. And it doesn't really matter anyway, because there's going to be lots of water on this trip. Waters are coming. Don't worry about water. I'm basically taking all roads, almost all roads that just go right along the edges of fjords. for the next 2 weeks. It's going to be a lot of amazing scenery. I see a dental clinic and I can read the Norwegian. Mangler du en eller flere tenner? That means, would you give us a tenner if we fix your mangled teeth? I guess I'm supposed to walk in here. What are they going to do? Throw me in prison? Voiceover. Jeremy did not know how true those words would become. Let me out. And here it is, Narvik Hotel Vibel. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. I think W's in Norwegian are like V's in English, and a V is like a B, so Vibel. That's what I think. I don't know if that's true. So, thanks for walking around with me. One more thing I wanted to show you about Narvik, my new friend. His name is Anders. Hello, Anders. Anders the Hund. There's the Torre Hunds right now. This is the real Torre Hunds gata.